Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to round 2 in the SBN playoffs. If you guys missed our round 1 battle, definitely go check it out. It's, if you recall, it is round robin in the playoffs in the SBN, and we did lose our first round playoff match to EGB4. So very much an uphill battle this week. We have to win, otherwise, you know, we go in with no chance of being able to secure our first league title. It's mad to think we haven't won one since I started the YouTube channel. But to secure our first league title, we won't have any chance unless we win this week. So looking to bounce back powerfully. And this week we are up against the Northant Ninetales, coached by Samuel. A link to his YouTube channel will be in the description down below. Definitely go check it out and see what his path to the playoffs were like, and also to check out his side to the to our playoff battle we're going to be having this week. So he's got a scary team. You're going to see it up above me now. He's got a Tapu Bulu as a Z captain. He's got a Suicune, a Fortress, a Nidoking, a Typhlosion, a Licky Licky, a Mega Diancie, a Heloisk, a Lucario, a Kyurem, a regular Kyurem, a Scyther, and a Mega Sharpedo. If you recall in this league, you're allowed to draft multiple Megas if you so wished, but if you do bring them, you have to Mega Evolve that Pokemon. So he can either bring Mega Diancie or Mega Sharpedo, up to him. It's a scary team, but it's not terrifying. We've come up against scarier teams in my opinion, but that doesn't mean that this team is not incapable of actually putting us to the sword here. This team is actually still very capable. Nidoking is absolutely terrifying Pokemon. No matter what way you're dressed up, terrifying Pokemon. He's got the Mega Diancie, which, to be honest, right, I really want to use one time in the league format. I think Mega Diancie is it just looks so good. The ability Magic Bounce is fantastic. The being able to bounce away hazards if it gets set up, being able the stats, the Mega Diancie stats are unbelievable. Unbelievable speed, unbelievable attack, special attack. I'm like, yeah, I want some Mega Diancie. I'm not gonna lie. Last time I used Mega Diancie, I loved using it. That was the league. It was in on a stream. Lucario is very effective. I was thinking about drafting Lucario for a while actually before, but I elected not to. The really big talking point, and not even from a competitive perspective, from a personal perspective, from Samuel's team, some long-standing Wailords fans will probably have seen that he has Heloisk, and he did snipe it from me. And needless to say, I'm not too pleased with that. I'm not too pleased with it. And I have been relishing being able to potentially battle this Samuel to get my sweet revenge on him, because I am none too pleased with it. None too pleased. So let's dive into what we're going to be bringing this week. I've already talked long enough, so let's actually talk about what we're bringing, why we're bringing it, all the checks and counters that it does, and all that kind of good stuff. So first pickup, it was going to be Roserade, Roserade, rocking out Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Spikes, and Synthesis. 252 HP, 216 in physical defense, with the Bold Nature, 20 in special attack, and 12 in speed. We did 12 in speed because he's a couple of Pokemon that might decide to speed creep Roserade. It's the Nidoking, but he might. I'm assuming he'll bring a Scarf Nidoking to be able to kind of deal with the Latios on our team. But he has a Suicune. Oh no, Suicune Space 90 if I remember. He has got the Lucario. He has a couple of Pokemon in and around our speed tier with Roserade, and I was like, I'm not dealing with it with him just speed creeping me a little bit. So I put 12 speed EVs, so we can't be spell crept. And then I put 20 in special attack because what I've done is I put 216 in defense with the Bold Nature so that we wall Tapu Bulu. Like, we absolutely wall Tapu Bulu. Whatever Tapu Bulu wants to do to us, have at it, mate, because you're not going to touch us. He has to go for the Nature's Madness to be able to kind of get any good reliable damage on us, and even then we can Synthesis that away and we can Sludge Bomb him immediately. Like, we could bring in Roserade, he can go for Nature's Madness, and he's not safe to go for another move. Choice Bandit set, what we wall that. A Sword Stand set, we wall that. We're fine. He could bring the Z Fairy in with the with Nature's Madness, but I don't think he will. I don't think he will. But we do wall it very nicely. We have the Sludge Bomb to take care of it. And then we've also Rosemary that can sponge a lot of hits from the Mega Diancie. And the physical up allows us to live the Diamond Storms, whereas Moonblast and Earth Power we eat up very nicely too. So he has to bring the Hidden Power of Fire then. And all of a sudden, you know, Diancie's kind of move set is becoming an all-out attacking one, and he can't bring any support like Stealth Rocks, whatever, because he doesn't have that many workers on his team. He does have like Wish support and Licky Licky, but other than Mega Diancie and sorry, he does have Fortress Nidoking. Mind the garbage I just spit it out there, but you know, he does have to bring the Hidden Power of Fire then, which means like he can't bring another Hidden Power to be able to deal with a couple of other Pokemon. He has to bring the Hidden Power of Fire to deal with Roserade, and even then we can kind of take water and then dish out a Giga Drain, which does mad damage, by the way, insane damage, coming off a base 125 special attack. So we're bringing Roserade. Hopefully Rosie does the job. 2 stabs does a lot of damage. We also deal with the Suicune very nicely with the Natural Cure. We can come in on Suicune any day of the week, take a Skull Burn, land a Giga Drain, just get out again, and we're not burned anymore. So that's very, very nice to have. If we decide to set up Toxic Spikes, we can kind of come in and absorb them, no problem. And then we have the Synthesis, yeah, we have the Synthesis to heal up, and we're bringing Spikes. The reason why we're bringing Spikes is because I feel Miltank and Donphan just don't fit this week for Stealth Rocks. And then looking at the team, I want Spikes so it can hurt the Fortress, the Nidoking, and the Mega Diancie, the Lucario, a lot harder. Now granted, Rocks would be nice for the Scyther and the Kyurem, but I feel like Scyther is not guaranteed to come. Kyurem would most likely come. He does tend to like bringing Kyurem, but Mega Diancie was surely going to come. Nidoking and Fortress are very highly, like, should definitely come. Nidoking's coverage is fantastic. Lucario is very popular too. He might come because Lucario is very versatile. So I figured let's bring the Spikes, set them up, and let's force them to take more damage, more regular damage from the Spikes rather than Rocks. That's my personal opinion anyways. And then even on top of that, he only really has Scyther that is immune to Spikes. So, you know, if he's only got one immunity, that's not great for him. So I was like, we'll bring the Spikes and we should be fine, I think anyways. We just got to be careful about Mega Diancie. We just can't be dropping Spikes every time we think Mega Diancie comes in. But at the same time though, Mega Diancie does not have a free switch into Roserade at all, because if he makes the wrong prediction we get a huge Giga Drain off, then Mega Diancie is very much in trouble. So that's our Roserade. Bit more complex, but I think Rosie's going to put in a good bit of work for us this week, and hopefully it does. So let's wait and see. The one time we did bring Rosie, the Spikes did a lot of work, so I think we're going to go with that again. After we're bringing Chard, our Rotom Heat, Choice Scarf set, Overheat, Thunderbolt, Trick, and Volt Switch. I'm not going to lie, I was originally bringing a full physically defensive set, and a bulkier set because we sponge hits for so much. But then I was looking at it and I was thinking I was going to bring Scizor, and I decided to use Scizor differently this week, which meant I can use Rotom Heat differently. I'll get into Scizor in a bit, but we are bringing a Choice Scarf for Rotom Heat then because I figured there's a lot of threats that, you know, that do outspeed us and max speed, like the Kyurem, the Lucario, the Suicune. So I figured let's bring a Choice Scarf set, let's put a bit of pressure on. We'll bring Overheat because Overheat does a ton of damage. Nidoking, right, who's 85 base speed, actually it's Nidoking, and there was one other who's 85 base speed, but Nidoking, who's base 85 speed, right, does not like taking an Overheat. Can't come in onto an Overheat. He's in trouble if he does. So we can just slap an Overheat, launch one, and we'll be fine. If Nidoking's going to like take a minimum 77% damage or something like that, that's huge damage. He comes in on Spikes, you know, he's in trouble. Especially seeing as out there's only one Wish Pass on his team, so he's in trouble. We'll bring the Thunderbolt then because you need to get good hits on the Suicune and to make sure Pedo. We have the Volt Switch for a bit of switch initiative because other than Nidoking, who again we just said can't come in on Overheats that nicely, he's in a bit of trouble. And then we're going to have Trick because it could be possible for me to trick the Tapu Bulu, trick the Suicune. Tricking a Suicune who's Crocoon would be fantastic. We could trick the Fortress. I won't be relying on us tricking the Fortress too early on, but you know, I think we should be able to kind of do it. We do have to be very careful with the Fortress because I am not bringing a huge amount of coverage for it, but because I have other things planned. But we should be fine. The Scyther, we eat a lot of hits from the Scyther and the Healers, unless it's a Surf from the Healers, so we can't go in until we have scouted that. But yeah, and we eat a few hits from the Typhlosion. You know, we do a good bit of damage with this. I plan on using Rotom Heat just as a switch initiative the whole time, being able to bring that in, put someone under pressure. Particularly, I think most turns that he's got, if he doesn't have the Typhlosion, then we know he doesn't have a fire immunity, and we can just keep landing over hits because Rotom Heat will just put pressure on his team the whole time. So I'm looking forward to it. I think Char will put in a bit of work. After that, we're bringing Crimson our Mega Scizor. Probably one of the few times, if not the first time, that we are not running some sort of Swords Dance variant. We're rocking out with U-Turn, Butter Punch, Defog, and Roost. Bringing a utility Mega Scizor this week. U-Turn for the Switch Initiative, Bullet Punch because it wrecks people. Tapu Bulu doesn't like it. Mega Diancie, most importantly, does not like it. And then, you know, we have Defog and Roost because I want Hazard support this week. I really want Hazard support this week, you know, with the Fortress knocking around. And then Roost for recovery. We have 2, 3, 6 defense, 20 in attack, 252 in HP with the Ball Nature. With this amount of EVs, like a +2 Tapu Bulu doesn't break us with superpower. Scyther doesn't break through us at all. Nidoking, unless he has Flamethrower, doesn't break us at all. It'd be huge. It'd be key for us to. It'd be really important for us to scout what this Nidoking is. As soon as we can scout what this Nidoking is, if he brings it, the better. If we can figure out if it's Scarfed or whatever. If he's Life Orb, which is the difficult thing to tell with Nidoking. But if he's Orb, then we might not be too bad. We eat, and we also eat. We do eat a Blaze Cake from a Lucario, but if it's a special variant Lucario, we don't. You kind of get in the picture here. We eat up a lot of hits on the physical side from all of his Pokemon, and that's what we're really looking at here. So hopefully that works. Basically just coming in, Bullet Punch, and you turn it about. I think it should be fine. Yeah, that's Crimson. Just utility, you turn it about, Bullet Punching away. That's what we're going to do. It could end up being that Mega Scizor just puts in a little bit more work because our Volt turn combo is just going to be so key with Mega Scizor being so bulky and Rotom Heat being able to outspeed so many. That should be fine. Again, the reason why we're bringing max speed Rotom Heat is because we have Pokemon with 85 base speed, so we have to bring max speed. Right, after that we got Fabled, our Florges knocking about with our 252 HP, 252 defense, 4 in special attack. I was trying to play around with the EVs on this to see what was the most reliable way to run it. And the fact is that Mega Sharpedo, to deal with that, we need max fully physical defense. I was hoping for a little bit more special bulk, but unfortunately we're not going to get it. So we are rocking out with the Florges with the leftovers, I should say. Don't know why that wasn't there. So we have Rish, Protect, Moonblast, and Aromatherapy. I want Aromatherapy because Suicune can get an awful lot of Scald burns on us. Could also be Rockin' Toxic. And I want a Wish Passer then on top of that. And then Moonblast hurts the Sharpedo nicely. Oh, as well, the full physical defense EVs allow us to be able to deal with Mega Diancie a lot. So we have a couple of answers to Mega Diancie. But yeah, the Moonblast hits a lot of other Pokemon very nicely, so that's the idea behind that. We also sponge hits from the Helios pretty nicely, provided he's not Specs. We sponge Helios very nicely, we sponge Curon very nicely, we sponge Typhlosion very nicely, but we do need to get a little bit of damage off of Typhlosion. The longer he's got the longer he's able to land eruptions, the scarier it is for us. And we also can take hits from the Suicune very nicely, albeit we don't have much ways to deal with it. So that's our Florges, by the way. Deals with a lot of the special attackers because we were very physical dependent or like physically defensive before Fabled, but I figured, but we are able to kind of sponge hits on the special side a little bit, but mostly on the physical side to deal with 1 or 2 Pokemon that we hadn't dealt with already, particularly the Mega Sharpedo and all that. Nidoking's still a huge threat. The Sludge Wave is a problem. I'm not gonna lie, Sludge Wave is a problem, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm expecting Nidoking's, because Sludge Wave is a thing. But dealing with that, we have Rainbow. We have Rainbow Milotic. I won't lie, I am very scared of Nidoking. I think Nidoking is going to be a huge problem, but we should be fine. The crazy thing is, right, where this setup with Milotic is that with the EV investment we have in our special defense, a Thunderbolt from Nidoking is not guaranteed a 3-hit. It's not a 2-hit KO, it's a 3-hit KO. So the fact that he comes in, if we bring Milotic on a full HP, he goes for the Thunderbolt, and he reads that. That's not a 3-hit KO. We're going to get the leftovers, and then we can just Scald. And all of a sudden, the Nidoking is not as scary anymore. And even then, he has to make that read if he's a Choice Scarf. If he's a Life Orb variant, that's fine. And by the way, I am anticipating a Life Orb variant as well, and I do take into account that that's a Life Orb boosted Thunderbolt that we're getting off Milotic. So, you know, even more so that we're going to be able to eat that. On top of that, we are rocking out with Recover, Dragon Tail, Scald, and Toxic, so we can slap it on a Suicune and put that on a timer, as well as anything else that wants to switch in and deal with us, like the Helois, because we can't just go for Scalds every turn. He might predict that we have to go for Toxics and start wearing people out. We have Dragon Tail to stop any setup. That's basically it. We just put in enough special defensive EVs so that we can take so we can deal with Thunderbolts from Helois, and that's about it. Can I lower you at all now? This attack? Yes, I can, because I want to put you there, because I would like to have 100 there. Yep. And I can lower that, and that doesn't change. Perfect, beautiful. So that's Rainbow. It's basically the idea, just to eat up 1 or 2 more of the specialists, particularly from Nidoking, a little bit more, and be able to deal high damage, as well as from the Typhlosion. Typhlosion and Nidoking were slight problems for us. They're not with Rainbow knocking around, so that's the idea. Now, you're probably thinking my team is very bulky, very defensive, but we have slightly changed that with Doug. Doug the Thug, the Scrafty, is coming this week, and this is probably my most one of my more risky attempts here, because I could bring Latios, but I have it in my head that this will work. For some reason, I think this will work. Would Latios be better? I don't think so. Unless he's Scarfed. Unless he's no, I don't want to. Would Latios be better? I'm still tossing and turning over it, but I'm pretty much decided on Scrafty here, because I did look at Latios. I was looking at everything else. I was like, you know, we need someone with that sweeping potential. I think, and I just don't see where we can calm mind on Latios before he brings in something else that can deal with it. If you get me, because we can't calm mind because the Mega Dancer will come in and just blow us back. Same with the Tapu Bulu, he can come in and blow us back a little bit. Suicune is a bit of an issue, you know, and I just, you know, so I just decided, Mega Sharpedo could be a problem too. I just decided, you know something, screw it. I want a bit of bulk that can sit up this week, and I decided we're going to bring Scrafty. So Doug is coming, and we're D-dancing. We're going all out. We're being adventurous. I need something that can sweep this time around, because we do need to get, first of all, we need to get the win, but second of all, we need to get the win with a high differential. So we're bringing Doug this week with D-Dance, High Jump Kick, Poison Jab, and Knock Off. We can D-Dance on a few of his Pokemon, because I'm bringing Shed Skin, so if he puts a Burn or a Toxic on us, it's not going to last very long. So we can set up on the Suicune nicely, we can set up on Typhlosion a little bit, but not overly too much. We got to be very careful. We can set up one D-Dance on Typhlosion, but to be honest, we need two. I'll explain that. We can set up on the Licky Licky. We can set up on the Hilo. We can set up on the Hilo once we scout that he doesn't have Focus Blast. We can set up on the Kiro. Yeah, there's a few Pokemon we can set up on. There is a few. We can set up on a Tapu Bulu. We can set up on the Fortress. Fortress doesn't touch us. If he brings Fortress and we bring Scrafton, we start clicking D-Dance, then we're fine. That's the reason why I'm not too worried about Fortress, is because he is set up fodder for me. So that's the reason why I'm happy enough not dealing with it. If it comes to end game, if I still have Scrafton knock around, I'm just clicking D-Dance and I'm just going to terrify people. I wanted to bring Drain Punch, but the problem is that I had aimed for D-Dance to... I've EV'd this Pokemon so that D-Dance outspeeds Mega Diancie at +2. So that's the reason why we have 92 EVs in speed. So at +2 we outspeed Mega Diancie. Perfect, right? Problem is, at +2 attack, we don't touch Mega Diancie with Drain Punch, but we do wallop him, or her I should say, with High Jump Kick. So to be honest, that was the main reason why I decided to go for High Jump Kick. Oh, that was it. I was Drain Punch all the way along, doing all my calcs, and then as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's not good enough for us. We need the sheer damage then, because the idea was we were going to Dragon Dance, take a hit, be able to Dragon Dance the second time, and then be able to outspeed and click Drain Punch and start getting our head back. But that's just not the case. We can't run with that this week. So we're running High Jump Kick over Drain Punch. We Poison Jab to deal with Tapu Bulu. We have Knock Off because it's more powerful than Crunch, and by the time we have D-Dance up, Knock Off be able to guarantee us kills, whereas Crunch doesn't do it sometimes. And I couldn't really bring Earthquake for Nidoking, and then all of a sudden I don't really have much for Scyther, so I had to bring a stab move then rather than bring coverage for something else, because if I brought coverage for one Pokemon, we don't touch the other one. So that's the reason why we're bringing Knock Off. I bought 100 Spit FEVs into Doug because that helps us tank hits from the Kuro and the Heliolisk a little bit more. And then I put max HP so we can help us live a few attacks. And then I put the rest in attack so that we can wallop. We can hit a little bit harder. And we're rocking out with the Adamant Nature because I really want to hit a few Pokemon hard. And hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. A little bit nervous about it. I think it's risky. It's not... Latios would have been the safe one, but I think Doug can do something here. But yeah, we're going to find out. I think the fact that the Chard can do so much to Rotom Heat, and Rainbow can do so much to Rotom Heat. Oh, sorry, the Chard can do so much to Nidoking, Rainbow can do so much to Nidoking, and all that it will help. And even then, we actually Scrafty's another Pokemon and kind of come in on the Nidoking and set up a little bit too. So we have ways and means, but we just got to be very careful about how we deal with it. Nidoking is a problem, but I'm confident. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here today. I've been talking a good long time here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you guys got any comments, let me know in the comment section down below, including your thoughts on the team, what you would have done differently, all that kind of good stuff. And last but not least, if you want to see more SBN action coming your way on this channel or more content in general, please smash the subscribe button down below for me. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.